Hey man, I'm gonna tell y'all a personal story of mine. I'm gonna tell y'all how the ATF had raided the strip club that we used to work for, and I used to be the promoter at. And I'm gonna tell y'all how they tried to fine us and put all type of fines on us because somebody had killed somebody at another club, and they were saying that they was at our club. You know what I mean? That's why the ATF had blitzed our club. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all what happened, man. Well, probably like 10, 15 years ago, you know what I mean, I was a club promoter, and I was the hottest like club promoter in the area. And I used to have this slow night. I used to have this Tuesday. And you know, I used to bring artists from all around, and I was doing this little artist showcase type thing, right? So I would have like 15 people on the flyer, and sometimes only 7 or 8 of them show up. And you know, they'll bring like 10 or 15 people with them. And you know, since it was a strip club, it always had like 40, 50 people in it before, you know, the night even began with the staff and stuff. We had like 20 something strippers, me and my brother, and 2 of the staff members. Because the money was getting bust down 4 ways. You know what I mean? It was me, my brother, and the club owner. And you know what I mean? It was 2 club owners. But they would get their percentage to split, and me and my brother would get our percentage to split. And the dough split was 85% at that time. So, you know, it would take us like $300 to run the club. So we would have to pay our DJ $100. We would have to pay the 2 guards $100, but we would really get them like 80 or 75, and we had to pay the dough girl 25. You know what I mean? That's what it took to run the whole club every night. As long as them people got paid, everything was straight. You know what I mean? And you know, whatever we made, we had to give up like 15% of the dough. So, you know, we would always break even, or we would like sell out. You know what I mean? So we was jumping. We was calling out talent. We had everybody pulling up for about 2, 3 years in a row. And then it was this one local group. They was blowing up. They had offers to sign with a big label or whatever. And they came to my showcase. They performed. They did good. Now I'm trying to tell y'all, at my showcases, I would do like a giveaway and stuff like that, and I would have big entertainment, big entertainers come in every month. Like I have a famous person from Miami, a person from Atlanta. You know, I just bring cats down. You know what I mean? Wasn't nobody in particular. If you had a hot song, you would come. You know what I mean? Like the Shop Boys, Young Bird, you know what I mean? Juvenile, Bone Crusher, Pastor Troy. We would invite them all to the club. And, you know, we'll have something for our audience and stuff. You know what I mean? And we would tell them if they was hot on this slow night, we'll bring them back on a Saturday or Sunday. You know what I mean? When it was lit. Because we had every Tuesday of the month. And then we had selected Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays through the month so we can really make our money. You know what I mean? Because it's going to always be sold out. But it was a promoter. Let me take it back. We had selected Saturdays and Sundays because it was a promoter for every day, a different promoter. Monday it was a promoter. Tuesday it was a different promoter. It was promoters. So it was a promoter for every night. You know what I mean? And we had the Tuesday nights. So, you know what I mean? We was blowing up. We blowing up. We blowing up. So we brought these cats there, you know. And, you know, this dude had a lot of money because at the time he was supposed to be signing with, I think he was supposed to be trying to sign with Cash Money. So he was really finna blow. He was on his way. And they did this show like 30 minutes outside of the town. And when they went and did this show, this dude got mad that, you know, the nigga stepped on his shoe. It was a dude just got out of prison. And, you know, the one cat who was finna sign the Cash Money, he was from Orlando. So, you know, they was at a club out there in Daytona. So, you know what I mean? The nigga seen him walking out the club and like started an argument with him and started a fight with him because he had his entourage and shit. It was like a birthday party. Them niggas was on a flyer. So they went and did the show and they was coming out and it stepped on the nigga's shoe. So the nigga got mad and tried to try him because they was from different parts of town. The other nigga who got his shoe stepped on, he felt like he was from the worst part of town. So, you know what I mean? My homeboy at the time, which the ones I was from my hood, they walked away, but the niggas didn't know them boys had pulled up in like 6 cars and they all had choppers in the back, in the trunk. So, you know what I mean? The young niggas went and popped the trunk. So when the nigga popped the trunk, nigga pulled the gun out. You know what I'm saying? And when the nigga kept talking, the jit sprayed that bitch up. And it was a strip club. Left by 80, 90 rounds out in the front of the parking lot. Killed Buddy. So, you know what I'm saying? The niggas left. And then they all got caught that night with 4 of them. They all started telling. So, the one nigga, he never went to jail. The one that was from the sign with Cash Money. Because, like, he slipped through the cracks. Because he was having an argument. The other niggas pulled the fire and started shooting. So, he never even got in trouble for it. But this nigga in the feds for selling fentanyl and shit. You know what I mean? But shit was crazy that night because after, you know, they shot that shit up and got locked up, they had interrogation. So the nigga had been in our club like a week earlier, 2 weeks earlier. So the first thing they said was they was at our club. So, you know, the Fed, well, it was ATF, Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms. They showed up to the club. They started watching our club because they wanted our tapes. So it was me and this fat cat, you know what I mean? He was from Leesburg. He was the security. He was the doorman, and people come in and, you know, they wanted to do their shows and stuff. They come in because I already, they guests on the guest list. So, you know, Fat Boy, Big Dog from Leesburg, he was the doorman, I was the promoter. So at like 10:30, I used to start taking money. So I had went outside and started taking money. And, you know, people was walking in. And it was like a line full of about 10 people, 15 people. It was a strip club. And we had these certain white dudes, old dudes come in that like the black women. And they'll see us smoking weed and smell the weed and stuff. And they'll just stand up for like 5 minutes and they'll leave. So this particular night, we was charging like $20 to get in. So the first white dude, old dude, pulled up. We remember him. He was a regular. He did what he always do, pay his $25, $20, go walk in there, look around, and then he leave. Because these clubs is daytime shift, white dudes walk in there and shit. And, you know, when they walk in at night, they see the black people take over, they leave. So the ATF tried to come in there next. He was a white dude. And my staff, the boss man, had the door wide open looking at us while people was coming in, while security was checking them. And the white dude, ATL, came in and he was trying to get in, and we stopped him. So we like, what's up? And then he got scared, and then he was like, man, he trying to get in. So the boss man had seen what was going on. He got on the walkie-talkie, and he started talking to the security guard that was out there standing with me. And then dude was like trying to search him because we had one of the metal detectors. So while he trying to search him, the dude started saying, man, I heard some bad stuff about this place. We like, what, man? He said, yeah, man, I heard some bad stuff about this place. So me and my dog looking crazy because I got a guy in my ear. I'm smoking. He's selling cigarettes, smoking blacks and shit. And, you know, my club was when you walk straight to the door, you can just be smoking. Person that's taking your money, the real dough girl, you know, she can be smoking. And we all fouled up at 10:30. So this shit be lit. You know what I'm saying? People pull up like at 11. They see like 75 cars there. Now they want to pull up. But we already have cars there because it'd be like 50 people already in the club all day from day shift. So when they see all these people up there around 12, it's going to sell out. So he asked for a cigarette. Dude gave him a cigarette when he was charging him. And the dude was scared. ATF, he was shaking. So we tried to figure out what he talking about. He said he got a phone call about this place and stuff like that. So he didn't stay out there too long. He stayed out there a good 2-3 minutes. We were trying to ask him questions. He was like, is y'all okay? Because he was scared of the big dude. Cause the security guard, like 7 foot tall, who was with me. And he's like, yeah, you okay? So he walked away and got in his car and drove off. Kind of find out next week, we go off to work. We having a party. When we get there, the boss man like, ain't no more smoking in here. We got hit with like $5,000 fines for the sidewalk being cracked and all type of stuff. So we like, what's going on, man? Because I had my own Sunday too. Daytime shift. You know, I was doing a chunky Sunday. You know what I'm saying? And bringing models and people from all over Miami and Orlando and Tampa and stuff. So he was like, man, the feds came in here earlier and they took the tapes. Because what happened was we had let a Fed in already, an ATF. It was a black one and a white one. The black dude had got in the club earlier. We didn't even know. So he sat in that bitch the whole time, buying drinks, drinking, probably smoking weed, whatever, but he was an ATF. So the next week he came back, and then when my boss man, he asked my boss, he pulled his badge out. Next time, my boss man remembered the nigga. So he started walking around with a pen, checking out all the bottles, making sure, you know, we ain't have no illegal bottles, because, you know, you can buy bottles for like $20, $25 at the store, and then go sell them for $100 and something, $200 a bottle in the club. So they was making sure we went through the right distributors, and they found out we were selling cigarettes in the machine, in the snack machine. That was a fine, like 5 bands. And then when he got done, he went to go in the back where the safe was and where the office, because you walk through the back, you see the strippers, and then it's the office right there. If you the owner, you'll see when you walk out the door, you see women butt naked. So basically what happened, he took the tapes. We had to close down the business because it was prostitution, drugs, everything was on them tapes. And kind of find out it was the niggas said that they had been at our club and used our club as an alibi, and they brought heat to us. And you know what I'm saying, we had to sell a lot in the club, so for like 200,000 and move down the street. And now you can't even do nothing. Can't smoke in there like that. You can't do nothing. Peace, man.